how to say no, that too firmly and without even feeling like the villain. You can be kind and clear, and you don't have to shrink to keep up the peace because it's about you. And I understand that in our Indian setup, most of us have been trained to please people, especially in families, relationships, and work cultures. But I personally feel that a life without boundaries will make you feel resentment, will not let you live your life fully, because you will start saying yes to people and start saying no to your own self. You will not be able to live the life the way you want to live. And if you're living the life as per others, is it even your life? So I think boundaries are very, very important, and learning how to say no respectfully is something which everyone should learn. And in this module, I'm going to teach how to say no or not now without feeling guilty or without saying sorry or apologizing, and how to finally make peace with disappointing others. Sometimes for drawing your boundaries, you need to disappoint others. Let's accept the fact. Okay. So before we do that, let's understand what is a boundary. A boundary is not a wall. Sometimes people think that it's a wall or a glass shield which you create between you and the other person. So, in our society, no is seen to be disrespectful, but it is not. It is a respect towards your own self. And when you build up that inner confidence, you won't feel bad for creating this boundary. A boundary is not a wall, but it's a doorway with conditions. Like it's a doorway to you, but by this is the condition. Like you go to a movie hall, you have to give the ticket, or you have to buy a ticket to go inside the movie hall. So a boundary is similar. Like a person who knows themselves so well that yes, they are telling people that you have the access to me, but with conditions. Especially this is for girls, I would say that sometimes we are taught in a manner to say yes, that sometimes when time comes, we are not even able to say no where it is required. But let me tell you, have such a firm boundary and aura around you that people will not mess up with you. People know that she is accessible, she is kind, she's sweet. But at the same time, she has these firm boundaries. Like I have created a firm boundary around myself. I am nice to people. I am kind to them. I'm always helpful, but I would never let anyone take advantage of me or force me to come at times where I don't want to. So I'm very clear, and people get this vibe from my energy then and there. So when even if we meet in person, you will get to know that I'm a no nonsense person. So this is a boundary. And it will come automatically when you start respecting your own self and you stop people pleasing. And the clearer your no is, the stronger your yes to your own self becomes. It's not about pushing others out, but it is about protecting your own energy. Okay, so I'm going to present to you certain scripts now, which are ready made scripts and which will help you what to say in certain circumstances. You don't need to be rude in saying no. You can say no with respect. If the other person still doesn't understand, it's not your problem, it's their problem, because they probably do not haven't learned how to respect boundaries of other. But you stay firm, you stay kind, and the first starts with a calm body language and looking into the eye and smiling, because if you don't smile, the other person might think that they are getting defensive. So smile, and then you can say, let's say if someone asked you, let's go there, let's go to an event, and you're not available, you can say, hey, that doesn't work for me, but thank you so much for thinking about me. You have a smile on your face, you have said no gently, and you have also acknowledged them for thinking about you. Or you can simply say, I would love to go with you, but I'm not available right now. Thank you so much. Or I'm focusing on something else right now, maybe later. Or you can say, I would love to, but I think this is currently not aligned with my priorities. But thank you so much for thinking about me. Now, why these work? They work because they protect your time and energy without sounding cold or rude. And I always say that use these words very frequently, thank you and please, because when you say thank you make the other person feel seen, heard, and acknowledged. So they don't take it on themselves. They know, okay, the person acknowledged. So that no will not look heavy to them. Now, I want to talk about something very important now. That is how to say no to close people, especially your family, friends, or your boss. Because let's be very open, we have been taught to say yes to our elders. Okay. And sometimes when we say no, it feels disrespectful because they are our elder people. But let me tell you one thing, that there is this famous saying which says that even fools turn old. Okay. So it doesn't mean, I know our Indian culture and all, because, but sometimes people can act like a fool even though they are elder to us, or even our bosses can act like that. Somehow in our Indian setup, it has been taught us in a manner that you can't disrespect elders, because of which sometimes even little kids can't say no to things which are actually not acceptable. So you have to learn how to say no and teach that to your kids also. But we can, of course, do it respectfully. So the hardest no's are with the families, but I think they are also the most important to convey. So you can say it like this, that I know this is very important for you, this matters for you, but right now I cannot say yes. Like I'm busy somewhere else. Or you can say, I really, really want to support you right now from my heart, but I think this is going to drain my energy. So, no, right now. Or you can say that I need to say no to this so I can say yes to something else I'm committed to. See, it's empathetic, but still have boundaries. And you acknowledge their need, but protect your own. So, like in this last one, you can always say that I want to, I would love to, but I can't do it. But thank you for thinking about me. Or probably you can find another way that probably not now, but maybe later. So you can think about the thing which you have to do for the other person. If you can't do it right now, you can do it later. Though I also believe that if possible, be open for your family and friends and go out of the way to help them out. But sometimes these demands can be very unreasonable. So for them, you need to learn how to say no to these people. Now I know that whenever we are in a process of learning to say no, and we have always been this yes man person, there might be a guilt that will come along with saying no, especially for some of you who are used to saying yes and who are learning how to create boundaries. You might feel guilty, but let me tell you that guilt is not a sign that you have done something wrong. It's the society's patterns. See, it's something your mindset has been built up around, and suddenly when you break those patterns, your mind might feel like guilty. But feeling guilty at this stage is a sign that you're breaking those old patterns of overgiving. So when guilt shows up, you need to remind yourself that you are not responsible for other person's feeling about your own boundaries. Also, saying no is going to protect what you value, because one life, and why do you want to live it as per others' terms? And if every no which you will say will open space for a more aligned yes. And if those people are not understanding your no, it's their problem, not yours, because they have not learned how to protect everyone's boundary. And I would say that learn how to say no, but also teach your own self and your kids the fact that you also need to learn how to accept those no's. So you might learn how to say no, but there might be situations and circumstances where other people say no to you. So you need to build that mind muscle for accepting those no's as well. Because how you do one thing is how you do every single thing. If you can't accept a no from some other person, do not expect others to expect and respect your no's as well. Now there might be situation wherein people will not take you seriously. Like I have some finicky friends who will never understand my no, and they will just keep on saying words like, come on yaar, ek bar aur, huh? Just once, huh? You used to come earlier, why have you stopped doing this? Or you're being so selfish. Well, then you can say that, see, I've already answered and I appreciate it, but if we could leave it at that only, or like, my decision is this, and let's not go in circle, and let's talk about something more important. Or maybe you can say like that, that I care about you, but I care about my peace too, and I hope you understand. Now this shows kindness, but also signals that you won't be emotionally manipulated. Now the one mantra which is I'm going to give you today with this module is, as we end the course, is stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself, I can disappoint someone else without abandoning myself. Boundaries will not break my connection, but they will protect the real ones. I repeat again, boundaries will not break my connection, but they will protect the real ones, because the real people will know how to accept your no. They will be the one who will respect your boundaries. And the ones who do not, they were never real.